We'll be having David Owori, Geoffrey Lubanken, Simon Kato, and of course the others: Ngonde Elvis, Seru Samson Kasozi, Abel Sajabi, Caesar Olega, Jeremy Matata, Abdul Malik Bronse, Jessica Juba, Hassan Kato, and Hilary Adima, to ensure that they fight for the only 3 points here. Can they manage to do the job? That's what we're about to face in just a few seconds, as that man in the center will be giving us direction in regard to where he wants to take us. But all is set, the stage is set, and all is in proper order for a smooth riding StarTimes Premier League game. My name is Ronald Mugabe, and I will be also getting the action live here at the Mutesa 2 Stadium in Wankulukuku, just to ensure that you have a proper experience, or a good experience at home and wherever you might be catching the action. Just a few seconds, straightening up of some of the details that have to be ironed out before kickoff, and we will be getting this plane and this shuttle off the ground. But of course we'll be looking at how these two have been behaving. One of the things you might want to catch up on is that Mbale Heroes have conceded 32 goals this season. Sports Club Villa have scored 32 goals this season. So you could see the imbalance between the two. Referee takes the lead off, and Sports Club Villa get us underway here at the Mutesa 2 Stadium as Jogoo Sports Club Villa take on Mbale Heroes. The ball is already in the skies, and action now starts. Well, just to also let you know that temperatures a little perfect for an interesting afternoon game. No need to worry about the poor conditions that, or the overstretched conditions that we've been seeing in the past month. Well, it started with strong scorching sunshine, and later on now it's been raining floods. So that is not the case for this afternoon, as it's a smooth cloud cover here as Sports Club Villa continue to touch and go here. You could see Kakande trying to release Luanga, who wants to sidestep that ball into the back of the net, but goalkeeper Oyo reacting. Yeah, good reception there from Jessica Juba just to get that ball on the line. So not many times you've seen players keep that ball on. Things didn't go well for the captain there, Musa Sali. That's why the referee has given a free kick to Mbale Heroes. It's been a while since they last won a game, Mbale Heroes. Movement of the ball continues with Villa taking charge. Long one trying to look for Kakande. You really get to him. Well, of course, in the absence of Sechiganda, it's David Owori who takes on the captaincy. Lovely ball there from Bransa as he tries to get Charles Luanga involved. Lovely touch, but hits the side netting. Side instep of goal, but Kunda just put enough power on the ball. Try to again use the side of his boot to give that ball direction. Very close to the 18-yard box. Referee and goalkeeper unsettled as we speak. Sports Club Villa do have the power to get that ball where it belongs. Quickly taken, but straight away it was railed into the safe hands of Dalton Oyo, who didn't have to do much. All they had to do is just having gotten something close to 3 corners. Might be tempted to think they've been a little razor sharp going forward, but it is Sports Club Villa who have paused the most open threats going forward. And a number of those hitting the side netting. And not forgetting the latest of Patrick Jonah Kakande that was denied a chance by the structures. Now Kakande able to shoot. Ball goes round but doesn't really get through. It was quite a thunderbolt there from the little man trying to rocket one in the direction of Delton Oyo. And of course you could see the space that was given to Kakande to do his thing. Dribbled the ball inside the 18 and just pulled fire there just when he was feeling comfortable to do so. Now Sports Club Villa do have a corner. And of course they have to wait for the dust to settle around goal and ensure that there is good concentration. Elvis, long one. Well, it looks like someone tried to hit that ball with the upper parts of his arm. Charles Wanga, I remember, has been quite very industrious for them this season. So far their top scorer. Scored some of those most crucial goals. And of course one of those that they don't really want to forget is that against Vipers Sports Club. Now, of course the sources of goals for Sports Club Villa have come in from quite a number of channels. Kakande. Well, he's your type of road runner. Will shoot. Ball goes through, but goalkeeper takes a touch and punches that one away. He's chosen to take to the heroes because you could see they're looking a little more caged up in the back. And he will continue to rocket in some of those long ones, but that was stretch your arm and divert that ball away. It's another corner to Sports Club Villa. It's been quite a while since just saw something special like that, but it's another corner, brushing header into the back of the net. Oh, what about that from the young man who's just had to tilt his head a little bit down and give that ball direction. Simon Kato Semayange did well to read the movement of the ball. Looks like he understood the tide of the wind and all he had to do is tilt himself a little.
Confirmation of the call.
Just give that ball good direction.
By shot 6, Simon
straight
Kato
into the back. Take a look at how
Semayange.
he just stooped a little down. Looks like he knew how the ball was going to move and improvised his body structure there to ensure that he gives that ball a sharp, good direction to elude everyone and get that ball in the back of the net. Here, Banken. Atakunda was waiting, so now he has to do put some work in. And throw into Mbale Heroes. David Owori, captain of the day. Good turn there from Charles. Can he finish the job? There's too much power on the ball. Just go. Now Simon trying to again find Charles, who bosses possession here. Could be a good finish if they only manage to execute. Kakande! Oh, look at how the goalkeeper again dives on time. A much different part of the field than he has been previously. Maybe it's The tactic from the head coach to trick things about. Good over the top. Seru! Can he finish the job? Jeremy Matata around the area but doesn't parry that ball in. As Delton Oyo just carries it up. Jeremy Matata, heavy touch there, will be punished by Sports Club Villa. And Charles Wanga steps forward. Charles! Side nets again. You could see the disagreement with some of his colleagues on the first side. They weren't happy with his intention to execute himself. He had 3 options on his flanks there, but didn't even
2 minutes of added
look
time.
their direction and just try to go for glory himself.
Referee ayongeddemu eddakiika 2 mu kitundu kino ekisooka.
So the update, 2 minutes of added time. Sports Club Villa 1 and perhaps maybe still counting. It all depends on how they handle themselves in the last 2 in the first half here. Owori, Mangoli. Yeah, beautiful how it rhymes. Lubanken slowly walking that ball. Elvis Ngonde. Cool and calm, composed, not in a hurry, not in a rush. Maybe just try to go for precision ahead of full-time hustle at Tukunda. Aslam will want to touch again. Charles Wanga doing all the good work here, but this time round not given another chance to contemplate his move and quickly closed up before he had the chance to make those clever turns. Looking at the last few seconds in this first half. Another mistake there from the Heroes. Punishment awaits. This time round Chaswanga unselfishly, but Kakande tries to go for a much clever touch, but maybe didn't really go off. Half time it is. 1-0. Sports Club Villa. Welcome back for the second half here at the Mochesa 2 Stadium, where Sports Club Villa still enjoy leadership of the game with that goal scored earlier on in the first half by Simon Katose Mayange, who's on a solo. A diving header separates the two sides. Can Mbale Heroes mount a challenge and overturn the tide? That's the big question that we will be looking forward to see answered, but the Jogoos currently doing everything right as we speak, and you can see the involvement of each and every one of their players in the flow of action. Robert Esero trying to bend in a very clever ball, but just goes straight away into the goalkeeper's hands. What about that for a turn? Not to say that Mbale Heroes have not gotten some of those chances. They've really been at it, but just fail to sometimes work out the proper magic to ensure that they destabilize the Sports Club Villa backline. Over the top, trying to look for the usual suspect. A cross comes in from a David Owari, and ball left to roll inside the back of the net. What about that? What looked like an assist turns out to be a goal. You need to look at that again and see how it was left, but you could see celebrations between Owari and Charles Rwanga, who just left that ball to slide. I'm sure even he didn't intend to, or didn't think that the sliding of the ball would roll into the back of the net. Just left the ball to roll, and you could see the involvement here, and that ball just took a bounce and went into the back of the net. Owari punch there, just hung in the dart, but just look at how he dribbles through and continues to run, directly trying to look for shooting space, and when he gets a chance, he just bends his body. He's one of those players you really think that is up for greater things. The way he manages to continue composing himself on the ball, concentration levels high, and Mbale Heroes Esero, can he do what we know him to always do? or once we knew what he once upon a time did, failing to now get a good one in. But of course you can understand the angle was a little too tight, especially when he had closed down on the 6-yard box there. And here he did well to drag Lubanken inside, but just couldn't work out an angle in such a very sharp corner turn there. Lubanken. We'll try to attempt another over-the-top pass, and of course he does have reliable soldiers to try and shake up things high up the pitch. Mbale Heroes on the ball. Haven't seen much of it this second half, but they give it away cheaply, and this time round giving it away. Charles Wanga, all he has to do is score. Same is true with Atukunda, but too much of a heavy touch. Just gets that ball carried off the ground and doesn't really do justice to. Very good ball there. Could have just helped himself to that perfect rebound. Yes, in regards to the referee, was not convinced that there was anything more to be done. Olega. Adima. Looks like he's become the centrifuge that Mbale Heroes are trying to work around. Maybe due to his centrifugal force. But of course, there is Habat Kibirango, and Mbale Heroes finally get the ball in. Goalkeeper not very happy about that, but that's how it comes. Just when they thought that this had been put under the belt, now that response changes the entire script for Sports Club Villa. Of course, beautifully done there, but the work done by Habat Chibirango, who just crossed through to Musa Iseru. Robert Iseru, beg your pardon, who just stood his ground and knew his positioning right, and all he had to do is tap that ball home. Goalkeeper not very happy with his defenders in the flanks there. Kakande. Of course, I was also part of the group that scored against Bright Stars Football Club. As Villa move forward again. Lovely run, Molindi. Couple of exchanges. Kakande could get his wish this time round. Pushes it in. And what about that for his finish? How did he manage at very close range? Just had to kick a foot through and force that ball to rail past the goalkeeper. And now Sports Club Villa have 3 goals in the bag. Surely, with the minutes remaining on the game, I can say that it's done and dusted. Just take a look. Molindi did well to fetch and carry the ball, but the finish itself, it looked like as though he was going to let it spill, though he composed himself better. Just look at the touch itself. Dropped a few shoulders off the ground and just sent the ball across, and you could see that he got some help again from the likes of Olega. Just lifted it just within distance there. As of course the game continues to slide into the
full time here at Mtesa 2 and Cook Stadium.
very